Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit what's been going on with me. I've been very quiet recently, and that is due to a number of different reasons, but the biggest one being mental health. And it's really important that we allow ourselves to feel the things we feel. And I also feel that mental health and the effects of mental health is not spoken broadly enough about. So, I currently suffer from anxiety and depression, and very recently it has become very difficult for me to live my normal, ordinary life. I was living up north in West Yorkshire. I was 300 miles away from my family who lived in Cornwall. The job I was in, I wasn't very good at it. I was not a salesperson, and that was what I was with. I was a salesperson for a well-known telecommunications company who were very brilliant, and I can't fault them for the way that they dealt with the COVID-19 situation. I was very lucky to have the job that I did, and that I continued to have the job that I did. However, because I was not good at my job, it really affected my mental health and my mental well-being. And I found that the days I wasn't working, I stayed in bed all day. Didn't get dressed, didn't clean my room, didn't clean my cat's litter tray as much as I should have done. It was not a good place to be. And coronavirus has been really tough for a lot of people. But I also have the added worry that my mother has a chronic disease. She has chronic pancreatitis, and she'd been in and out of hospital multiple times, and it really affected my mental well-being because I was stressed, because I didn't know what was going on a lot of the times, and I just didn't like not being around my family. So I came home for 2 weeks and made a plan. Now, my manager had essentially told me that I wasn't going to pass probation, which meant I was going to lose my job in December, regardless of what I chose to do. So my worry was that I was leaving a job that I had in a very unstable work environment. But I am lucky enough that my parents can offer, a place for me to stay, and of course there's universal credit, which I have now applied for. So I quit my job on the 20th of September and pack up all my things, give notice on my house, and I've moved back in with my parents, hence why I now have this amazing filming spot. It's absolutely beautiful. These are all my mum's books and my dad's books. None of these are mine. I have got my TBR cart here, but many of my books have actually gone into storage. So you may see me delve into these shelves a little bit more. But I live with my parents now. It's very interesting. They are both out right now. My mum is in hospital, but my father is going to go pick her up now. So I thought I'd better just film this video and just give you guys a little update, because I haven't been here. And I think it's been noticeable because I haven't uploaded in so long, because my mental health has not been in the place it needs to be. Now for the fun part of the video, I just needed to get a couple of things off my chest. What am I going to be reading in October? October and Halloween being my favourite season, so October I love, and Halloween is my favourite holiday by far, and it makes me very sad that in the UK we don't do nearly enough for Halloween, in my opinion. My biggest and my most anticipated, probably, but also the book I am most afraid of reading. So, the book I am most afraid of reading, but I'm also the most excited to read, and I will be starting that today, so I may even vlog me reading this. I don't know, maybe. We'll see how long it takes me to read. I might start vlogging and just see how it goes. And that is It by Stephen King. This is over 1,000 pages, but I said to myself, I really want to read it. I really enjoyed the film, the new film. I haven't seen the Tim Curry version, but I've seen the newest version, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm really scared of clowns, so I thought I was going to be terrified, but I wasn't. So I think I'll be okay. Like, I normally don't like horror anyway. It's not really the genre for me, because I get scared. I'm an absolute wimp. But I think this should be fun. Now, I know the story is about a group of friends who are childhood friends in a place called Derry, and that's in Maine. And they basically, there's a bunch of murders, and it's them defeating Pennywise, essentially, Pennywise the clown. And I know I can't remember all their names, but I know that George gets killed, and he's the brother of one of the children. I can't remember. And then they defeat him, but then he comes back 37 years later. Might be 20. I can't remember. 27 years maybe. And they all move back. Well, no, they don't. They all come back to try and defeat Pennywise once and for all, because it wasn't as easy as they first expected it to be. So I'll be reading Stephen King's It in October. Hopefully I will finish it. Who knows though? But number one, and I'm terrified. Over 1,000 pages long. It is huge. The next book on my TBR for this month is a book I was recommended by my good friend Danny. Also, Celine and Mylene both read this and said I would love it. And actually, both of these girls, lovely girls, gifted this to me when I was feeling very down. And they actually sent this to me in the post, and I'm so grateful to them. So thank you again, Celine and Mylene, for this gift. But it's Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I know nothing about this book other than the fact that everyone who's read it that I know has really, really enjoyed it. But I love like the end pages, and I love snakes. And I know it's an adult fantasy. Fantasy, maybe? Adult horror? I don't know. I have no idea. But it's about a college student in Yale. I think in Yale. But I'm really excited to read this, and apparently it's perfect for October. Spooky vibes. So I am so looking forward to reading Ninth House. So looking forward to Ninth House. Again, I may vlog myself reading this one as well, because this was one of my books that was recommended by Danny. So we'll see, but I'm so excited to read this. So the next book on my TBR was one that I've never even heard of, and I wasn't actually going to read this. I had no intention of picking it up, but Amena from the Zoom fam, she read this and it made her very emotional, and she doesn't cry while reading things, but this poetry book, I think it would be perfect because it's so small and I'll be able to just sort of like flick through and read certain poems. But it's Nocturnal by Wilder. I have no idea what this is about, but it's so stunning. This cover is beautiful, but it's very small, very slim, and the back, and it says at the bottom, at the back, saying, "Silence isn't lonely." And I'm just fascinated. Now, poetry generally isn't something that I enjoy. However, I am really, really excited to jump into this, as I think the fact that it made someone I know is hard to make them cry. I am excited to read this. But I will link down her video where she discusses Nocturnal if you want to read it. It's part of, I think it was part of the Reading Rush possibly, I can't remember. But I will link it down below so you guys can check it out and hear what her thoughts are on it. So I've only got one more book on my TBR. Now, technically I've almost finished this book, but I haven't read it in ages. And this is actually borrowed from a friend, but I've kind of ruined his book a little bit, so I think I'm going to buy him another copy, because if I got a book back in this state, I would be fuming. The last book on my TBR for October is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I am 3/4 of the way through, or just over halfway through, nearly more than half, and I'm struggling my way through this. Now, it's not bad by any means, and I saw the newer film, which was crap. Do not recommend. But essentially, the story follows a guy called Lewis Creed. He is a doctor at the local university that, well, they moved to. Where are they? They moved to the country, anyway. So they have a cat called Church, a tabby cat called Church, who is there. So they have a daughter, a son, Lewis and Lewis's wife. I can't remember any of the names. It's been that long since I read it. But they get a house near a neighbour who's really, really cool. I'm really not selling this book to you. I can't remember too much about it. Other than the monster that's in this and what happens and the reasoning for the pet cemetery existing doesn't make sense within the legend of the monster that's in this, and it bothers me so much, and I don't understand why King used these monsters because it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to tell you anything because it does ruin a lot, and you do find out within the course of the book quite quickly. But I'm going to finish this because I'm nearly done. I wouldn't say I'm scared of it at all. Some people may find it terrifying, but I'm not personally very scared of Pet Sematary. But again, it's not bad, but I struggle a little bit with King's writing, hence why I'm a little bit apprehensive to read it. But let me know down below what you'd be interested in seeing. If you want me to just vlog certain books, or if you'd like me to do sort of like a monthly reading. I may even do a 24-hour readathon this month. I don't really know. My life is all a bit up in the air, as I explained in the beginning of this video. And thank you guys for watching, and if anyone still follows me, thank you very much. And if anyone still subscribes to me, again, thank you. I have been all over the place, and I do really, really apologise for that. But yes, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you very, very soon with my next one, which will probably be a vlog. Or maybe a weekly vlog. Who knows? But yes, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.